6,500 RPM. That's what it'll do. Hang on. Oh shit! Sprung a leak. A little cap. That's all. Say it again.
No.
What were you saying?
I was saying this Chevy won't crank up.
The Chevy won't crank up?
No. I need to move it. No. Daddy.
All right.
Run, I'm gonna watch
the
it.
Daytona 500 for the Turkey Rod Spring Swap
For
Meet.
the pops.
Daytona 500. Old school intakes. Lots and lots of stuff. You alright? So you just dropped it.
It's so wrong.
What's the matter about it?
Distributors, all kinds of stuff. Ran across a Port Osonic 150. Good size runners.
Look at
Brand new carbies. Brand new cylinder heads. Sniper, Holly Sniper EFI. Well, that's a wrap, y'all. I got some valve covers. Got a bracket for the AOD TV cable. Found it for 10 bucks. Jegs wants like 50. What else did I get? A couple carb gaskets, a couple things like that. So it's hot. All right, I scored a deal. Some 1 7/8 long tubes for a Fox body. He wanted 100. I gave him 90. I got a set of valve covers. He was asking 50. I gave him 40. And I got, let's see what else. My father-in-law bought some small block Chevy hair gap intakes. I think that's, what else did I get? I think that was it. Oh, I got some carburetor base plate gaskets. And that's it. But, yeah, this was a deal, and these 1 7/8 are probably, you know, I really need like 1 3/4, but 1 7/8 to give me room to upgrade if I would go to a stroker motor or whatever. So, fun. Stop by Bucky's. This place is a madhouse. Eating cookies.
yeah.
At Bucky's on the curb. He wants to join. He want to eat cookies with us. I bought Jackson a gator head when we were in Daytona. It's a real one too. They actually looks like they had to burn that a little bit and then put like some spray paint or something on. I don't know. It kind of smells a little bit, but yeah, crazy. 12 bucks. Pretty cool. Teeth are sharp. All right. So what I got here is, y'all probably saw my community post, or some of y'all may have saw, is the Win 7515 single plane. They don't make these anymore, they discontinued them, but I scored a good deal on it, so I grabbed it. Let's see. So the RPM band on this is 1500 to 7000. That's one of the reasons why I went single plane versus dual plane. And some of the previous tests on, like, I can't remember the forum I read, but this intake outperformed and I guess outflowed like the Torker, the Offenhauser, Portosonic, and of that era and stuff. Now I'm sure there's better intakes out there now, but what I'm getting at is I don't want to lose my little bit of low end that I do have on the silver car, so I'm gonna give this intake a try. Now what I'm doing here is there's like a 90-degree turn right here at the very top. So what I'm doing is I'm going in and I'm rounding it. I'm giving it a radius so the air can move a little bit more smoother instead of having to shoot down. And you know how air works. It'll go down and then wind stream pass and completely miss all that. So I'm gonna radius it so it's a little more smoother of a turn. Other than that, that's it. I'm not touching it. I'm not opening the ports up. I'm not doing anything. I'm gonna clean it up, paint it, and slap it on. So that should work out pretty good for that. For those of you new subscribers that don't know, those are the Flowtech heads on the silver car. They flow 227 at, I want to say it was 550. My camshaft is right at 500, so those heads flow. What I'm getting at is they're 180cc runners. They should match up pretty well with this. And probably the runners are probably a little bit bigger than these, but I'm not port matching or anything like that. I'm just gonna put it on and see how it does. I don't want to do anything to disturb the lower RPMs on this intake, whatever lower RPMs that it's going to have. According to the factory and the part numbers in the tests, it performs well from 1500 to 7000. And you don't really see a loss in lower RPMs with this intake, so we'll see. Okay, just a little bit of an update on the Win intake that I'm kind of messing with here. So my last little video I did, my last little clip, I guess you could call it, whatever you want to call it, I just said I was going to round the tops to make a little more air transition. And then you know how it goes. We say we're just going to do this, and it turns into that, and then it turns into that, and the next thing you know, you got a damn race car. Basically what I'm doing is I rounded it, got a good radius on it, and I'm also going to put a point on these. I'm not going to thin anything out. I'm just going to put a point. I don't want to disturb the air. I just want to help the air. So I'm going to put a point there so the air will cut just right by it. Now these I don't think I'm going to be able to do much with. I could try to put a point there, but I'm afraid if I start trying to, it's going to end up probably putting a divot in there trying to get that point, and then I'm going to have to smooth out the whole wall. So I think I'm going to leave those alone. So it'll just be these thin ones. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We've got that one done. I'm going to touch up on it a little bit more to kind of get it to where the air is all smooth, to where when it comes, it'll just divide it, split and just go right on through. So I'm going to try to smooth it a little bit more up in here, but there's a good point on it. And this is what they look like from the factory. Stock. That's the way they come out the box. So just a nice radius, which is probably fine, but this has got to be better. It's got to help make that air go faster. I'm not trying to get more air, I just want faster air. So should be good. We'll see.